Hey, Nadal, Wonder, what's going on? Glad you came in, stopped in, hang out for a little bit. I'm pissed off today. I try to be a happy guy. You know, I'm most generally a happy guy, I tell you. But I ain't very happy today. And I need to have a little discussion about some of the crap that's going on in this country. I'll tell you what, in the world, I'm about fed up with this dumb shit. I tell you what, I pardon my French. No, don't pardon my French. Pardon my mad American. I'll tell you what. I put up a little poll there, Nadal. Why don't you read that and give me your answer, what you think about that? I don't know if you're American or not, but you probably got an opinion about it. It's a simple question. Pretty straightforward, easy answer if you ask me. This music down on my game. Been having a little connective issue today. Very windy here. We got a big storm getting ready to blow in on us here tomorrow. The winds have changed. The seasons are changing. Let me bring this. Let me bring a YouTube up here on the tab. Oh, by the way, I usually try not to start out the. I always try to start out the stream on by saying Hello, YouTube land. Happy Tuesday. Every day is a great day. We are truly blessed. Let me do this, because I have to lean forward to see the chat. So I'll go ahead and bring the chat up here on the tablet. Have a little look. Did you see that the stranded astronauts are on their way home? And who's doing that? Who went to the rescue? Oh, Elon Musk and SpaceX. Yeah. They burnt Teslas up here in the city. These damn crazy leftists, why would they want to do that? Because they're stupid. They're ungrateful. They're part of a bloated workforce that needs to be trimmed. There's a study out that says 80% of the government work is done by 20% of the people. Well, I'm going to tell you what, the people that is burning Teslas are part of the 80% that aren't doing their job. Part of the 80% that can't sit down and send a simple email with 5 things that they did at work this week. Really? Probably because they didn't do anything. That's what they're worried about. God, man, I'll tell you. But this isn't actually what got me all worked up. We had a really great morning. Today was Old People's Shopping Day. We do it every month. Let me bring this chat up here so I can see what my people are talking about. They're saying, "Uh-oh, who is this crazy old dude here, hollering and ranting and raving? Oh, we lost another sub. Shows I'm at 189. That's all right. I don't do it for the subs. I do not do it for the subs." Let me turn this over here so I can get my little stand up. I kind of like my little stand here. I don't get to use it very much. Let's see here. Oh, looky here. We got people. We got 5 watching. Hey, Salted, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming in. Salted, I'm not doing very good today. I'm kind of mad. About what's going on in this country. And I'll tell you what lit me up here in just a second. Let me recognize some of these new folks that's coming in here. I haven't seen them. Let's probably run across here on the scroll. I'm showing a little lag here on the tablet. That's all right. I'm looking down at the tablet. Hey, there's Renee. Hey, darling. It's either Renee or her handsome double, Mac. I think Renee might be working. And there's Carol Burton, a dear sweet woman, a great patriot. Thank you so much for being in here. There's a little lag here on the screen. Salted says, "Oh no, it's America for you. Once great, now terrible. But hey, Trump's here to help. Trump's here to save us, Salted. He's driving the tow truck that's pulling our country out of the ditch." I'll tell you what. We got this. Well, I better look before I speak, because some of these folks I don't know. Um, some of the folks that scrolls across you, they got their little tricky names that tries to trip you up and make you say some kind of goofy stuff. Let's see, we got Miss Mac and Philip, Mackett and Philip, RBLX. Yo. Glad you came in, brother. Stopped in, you and Philip. Hope everything's well today. And then we got Llama Drama is cool. Yo, what's up? What's up, Llama? Glad you're in here, hanging out. I'm a mad American today, and I told Mrs. Mobo, "Are you playing your game on the hotspot? Because I feel the need. I feel the need." Oh, and there's wonderful Terry. How you doing, sweetheart? Glad you came in. You're trying to rest? Well, this might not be the stream, because Mobo is mad. Right? So, like I told you. Carol Burton says, "Oh, you're so welcome, hon." Oh, well, thanks, Carol. Bless your heart. Renee says, "No, I am playing bookie." I think she meant hooky. Well, good. You need to take a day off once in a while. Carol says, sends eyeballs. She's watching. Oh, there's Wyoming girl. Hey, Wyoming girl. How you doing, sweetheart? Hope everything's good up there. I'm looking down at the tablet. I got the tablet going. So yeah. Today was old people shopping day. We got paid on, I think it was Monday or whenever our Social Security gets here, which, by the way, they're still paying. They haven't cut it. We haven't gotten any letter in the mail saying, "Oh, well, we're cutting your Social Security," like the mainstream media would have you believe. And all their lies, and they're still sticking to these stupid narratives that the previous regime, instilled in trying to lie to the American people and keep them worked up, keep us worked up. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm glad I brought my inhaler out here, because I may need to take a hit off of that. We keep going here. I ain't reached the problem yet. Salted says, I made a steak, perfect medium rare, and it was really tender and juicy, but it could have used a little more seasoning. Well, Salted, I got a good suggestion for you. Go out in your search engine and search truckerg.com and get you some of that original G-Spot seasoning. I tell you what, you'll never go back. They have all of their products on their site, truckerg.com, and these are all Trucker G's original recipes. They use barely any sodium in their seasoning. I think Diane said it's a Peruvian pink salt, or it's some kind of natural sodium. It's very, very good, very good. You'll never go back. You'll want to keep a couple, 3 bottles in your cabinet, because you're going to use it on just about everything. It's so good. Okay, back here. Renee says, "I am not playing bookie, LOL. Darn this autocorrect. I know it deals me a fit, Renee. It does." Renee says, "Hey, Wyoming girl." Renee says, "Where are the JFK files? They're coming, darling. Donald's sending them our way. He sure is." I apologize for looking at the side of my head. I can tell I'm looking in the tablet, and I see the side of my head here. Salted says, "All righty then. Might as well try it. Yeah, yeah, salted. It's good, brother. I tell you what, Trucker G's a great chef. You know, he's just a great cook. I tell you, we if you leave Trucker G in Miss G's house hungry, it's your own fault. Um, there, it really you'll be glad that you gave it a try. Yeah, truckerg.com in your search engine. So so oh, here we got another new one here. Uh, Dag. Wait a minute, let me read it in my mind first. Uh, Dag NG Bogdanov. I don't know. I think I may have gotten tricked into one of them, words. Dag says, name a car for an edit. Well, I don't want you. I don't know if I need your edit. You can give me a thumbs up. How about a Hummer H3? That's Mrs. Momo's. She loves that Hummer. So there you go, Dag. Carol Burton says, at Dag, question marks? Yeah, I don't know, Carol. I think I got goaded into saying something goofy. Salted says, psst, Mobo, say Ram. Oh, okay. I'll say Dodge Ram. There's two. Oh my gosh. Ram tracks for the edit. Psst, Mobo, say Ram tracks for the edit. Okay. I said it, Salted. Renee says, had one in Olathe. It's hiding behind the heart, Renee. So anyway, we had a great day today. We went, like I say, we went old people shopping. You know, we got our Social Security checks. We got paid. I believe it's on, I don't know, Friday or Monday. I'm not sure. Miss Mobo takes care of all that stuff. And she pays bills. And then we have our budget for Old People Shopping Day. Well, that was today, Old People Shopping Day. Renee says, had one in Olathe last night. Renee says, read the one before. What, the JFK files? The book? I don't know, Renee. I'm not sure. Read the one before. Had one in Olathe last night. Dang, he's far away from home. Yeah, you see them burnt Teslas last night up there. Dang crazy people. So you can see I put a poll up there. Do you see the poll? I'm not sure if you can see the poll. I'm a YouTube rookie at that stuff. Salted says Ramtrax is a racing truck with 702 horsepower and a supercharged V8. I mean, it's super fast. I want one, Salted. I love my Ram. I would get into that. Maybe when I win the lottery, and I even think that's rigged. Who always wins? Somebody from New York or California. Wait a minute, really? I've about stopped participating in that activity. Renee says no, Tesla fire and bombings. I know. Okay, yeah, Renee, I know. These people are crazy, and they're mad at Elon because Elon's got their pants on the ground. These people are protesting because they're part of that 80% that don't do nothing at their government job. But yet they got time enough. They were so stupid, they didn't take the buyout offered to them by our great president Donald J. Trump, the man that's going to save the world. You see that he's gotten a 30-day truce ceasefire on Ukraine's infrastructure by Putin today. What's Vladimir Zelensky done lately? And that's another thing. Don't even get me started on that. Hey, there's Sanal. Hey, Sanal, what's up, brother? Good to see you too, man. I'm ranting today. I'm really mad about, I saying we did old people shopping today, and you hear the train coming through. That's a freight. It's been pretty busy. Always pretty busy up there. Sanal says, "Hey, mods." Renee says, "Peace deal with Putin." I know, Renee. The man should get our president, Donald J. Trump, should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Number one for his Abrams peace accords during his first term. Whoever accomplished that brought 4 Middle Eastern nations together at the same table and signed a peace treaty. He needs to be recognized for that. But yes, he's going to stop this war. He's going to bring peace between Russia and Ukraine. And Zelensky is standing in the way. Him and them crooked European clowns over there. And that's what got me out here in the truck today. When we got home from old people shopping day, we ate a really good sandwich. Had one of them really good pickles. Love them. Ms. Mobo, she just knocked them pickles out of the park this year, man. They are so good. So anyway, I took a nap. I tell you, I've been playing this new game. It got me kind of neglecting my peeps out on the tube, because it's just such a cool game. It's called Total Battle, and I tell you, it's so strange how this mimics the world that we live in. You know, it's kind of a clan, a group based. You know, a group of people forms a clan, and we work, you know, to produce, to harvest and mine and build to better our clan in that's in our kingdom. The kingdom is made up of many clans, some good and a lot evil. There's a lot of thieving and carrying on. One clan and coming over and attacking another and taking all their stuff. So anyway, I've been kind of neglecting my tubers. Oh, and I'm just going on and on. Here, let me get back here to the chat. Salted says we was talking about them hot rod Ram trucks. Salted says, hey, me to one of those Ram tracks will cost an arm and a leg. I'm talking 30K. I know, Salted. Even a regular old truck like our old truck, I don't know who they're selling these trucks to. And that's another thing I'm looking forward to coming down when President Trump brings our manufacturing base and our supply chain back to the United States, instead of selling it out to the highest bidder for the kickbacks. And we know who's getting the kickback too. The big guy getting the 10%. Were y'all listening? You know who I'm talking about? I'm sorry. BTD Gamer 12. How you doing? Glad you came in, brother. Thanks for coming in and stopping in. Listen to the old fat hillbilly rant today. You see my poll that I put up? Give it a vote. Think about it for a second, and then give it a vote. I haven't looked to see what it is just yet, but I'm gonna let you know what's got me here and why I put that up. I don't usually do that kind of stuff. So let me get back here to chat. Sanal says, I'm doing well. He's talking to Salted. Salted asked him how he was. Salted says, give me a second. I'll be right back. Well, I'm going to be here for a minute or two, Salted. You just take all the time you need. Carol says, hello, Sanal. Renee says, they impeached him. They used court warfare against him. They tried to kill him twice, and he's still standing. And you know why? Because that is the way it's supposed to be. If somebody else is calling the shots, that's way higher on the ladder. And you know what I always say? The Almighty sends certain human beings here to this earth to benefit all human beings. Well, Donald John Trump is one of those people. And the Almighty is protecting him for us. He's here for us. He didn't have to do this. He doesn't even take a paycheck. He loves his country. He loves his people. He goes out amongst the people. Who do we know that did that? The book tells us who did that. Who went out amongst the people? Yeah, okay. Pray for President Trump. Yes. Okay. Sanal says, hello, Carol. Renee says, the best president of my lifetime and maybe ever. Agree 100%, Renee. I only wished I would have been there for him in 2016. Because, when I saw him come down the escalator, him and his beautiful wife, to announce his run for the president of the United States, I said, sir, I believe you better go on back up the escalator and go back over to the TV studio, because I don't think these people are going to let you be president. And I didn't vote. I'd never voted. I never voted, ever. Not even before Donald Trump. I never voted. Because the government's corrupt. They're in the government's, we're just a piggy bank for the government. And I always paid my taxes. When I turned 18, I registered for the draft. They stopped the draft before I was drafted. I would have gone if I'd have been called. I wouldn't just volunteer, because I got the problem with authority. Sanal says, hello, Renee. Renee says, hello. Oh, you didn't have to retract it, Sanal. You could have left it up there, buddy. Sanal says, he and Elon Musk is doing a good job. Sanal, they're not doing a good job. They're doing a great job. And that's what we, the American people, told him that we wanted him to do for us. Donald Trump never lied. Everything he said was true. It came true. Everything that he said. Any promise he made, he campaigned on this JFK file. Well, another promise kept. Back in 2017, during his campaign in 2016, he said, I will do away with the uninsured mandate, which was just a Democrat slush fund by Obama and his scam American Affordable Care Act, ACA or whatever it was. Uh, you know, and what do you do? You know, Obama made Miss Mobo cry in this dang uninsured mandate. And I could go on another hour about that and how that whole story evolved. But President Trump did just like he said he was going to do. And he done away with the mandate. So I'm going to tell you what, he's dang sure he has our best interest in his heart, and all of these scumbag whiners, they better just go get a job, a government job. You work for us. That's another thing that's not a privilege or a right. It's a privilege. And the government is, under the previous regime, was bloated. They did all that hiring 2 years ago, and that's the people that's getting sent on their way, is a lot of these probationary workers. And the only reason that they hired them was because they thought that they were going to use them for votes, for them to snatch another election. Well, how'd that work out? Yeah, the real American people have spoken, and you all need to throw your signs in the trash barrel and either go back to your other job that you were double dipping at while you were working, I use air quotes at that, working at home. You weren't working at home. You were snoozing a damn paycheck off the American people and then going to your side job, working your second job. You're double dipping. Go get a job. Go to work. You got all these skills. You think you got all these skills and that you deserve something? Let me tell you, you got to work for it. You don't deserve nothing. God, now I'm probably way behind on the chat. Boy, I'm just telling you what. I am worked up. So anyway, I'm going to tell you what actually got me out here today. When I woke up from my nap, after all that old people shopping this morning, I'm actually doing quite a bit better on my new meds. My voice is cleared up quite a bit. It's still awful raspy. Those meds, those other powdered meds and all that, that's just part of it. But I am breathing better. I do believe that the steroid, and I have one pill left tomorrow, and my steroid regimen is finished. But I'm still taking my antibiotic, and it's helping. I am doing a lot better. But I did bring my inhaler because I feel like I might need it here in a second, because I'm going to tell you what actually got me out here. I'll catch up with the chat here, and maybe we'll go down this road. Renee says he was saved by God. Yes, Renee, the Almighty has President Trump under his wing. He certainly does. But President Trump, he understands, nothing's guaranteed. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We're hopeful for tomorrow. But all we really got is what's right here, right now in front of us. And for me right now, in front of me is a lot of good people here come in to listen to the old fat hillbilly rant. Let me push my hair back here. So, okay, back to the chat. Renee says, in 2016, I thought it was a joke. I voted for him and held my nose. Yeah, Renee. I'll tell you what, when we woke up that next morning and they said Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States, you could have knocked me over with a feather. And then we found out why. Because Hillary Clinton conceded, because we overwhelmed them, that we surprised them. The American people once again came through. I wished I'd have been there for him. When I look back on it, that's a regret that I have, but I never voted. The first time I ever voted was in 2020. And I did it because my president told me to. And my president told me exactly what was going to happen too. And that's exactly what happened. The election wasn't free and fair. They used the mail-in ballot and a bunch of crooks in 6 battleground states to cheat their way into the White House. And you'll never tell me otherwise that Joe Biden got more votes than Barack Obama. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I don't want YouTube pulling my video. But you fact check it. It's all on video. Pizza boxes on the windows of the vote counting room. All of a sudden, the 6 battleground states stop voting because, we're tired and we can't finish tonight. But we'll start again in the morning. Well, bullshit. In the middle of the night, they infused millions of votes into the system when the counting was supposed to have been stopped. How did that happen? That's a fact. Fact check that. And by the way, we won't talk about the totes of votes that were pulled out from underneath covered tables and run through the counting machines 5 and 6 times. No, we didn't see that. Shit. Anyway, okay, so anyway, back to the chat. Wyoming girl says, unless it's Mrs. Mobo, then you listen. Sanal says, sorry for retracting, Mobo. That's all right, Sanal. I just know that they say you don't, it's not really necessary to do that. But anyway, Wyoming girl says, I don't like Trump. Those golf courses are a waste of good pasture. Kidding. Oh, Wyoming. That's a good one, girl. You're so sharp, I tell you. I wish I was as sharp as you. Oh my goodness. I don't like Donald. I don't like Trump either. I love him. I do. Every day. It is so refreshing to have a president. I tell you, and these clowns, these demo rats, they're just losing their minds. You look what happened to Chuck Schumer. Oh, I guess the establishment made you pay, huh, Schumer, you turd burglar. And now they're his Democrat buddies are running a campaign to get him primaried. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that is poetic justice, let me tell you. Renee says his first administration was amazing and opened my eyes. This administration is the first one on steroids. Proud to be an American. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, goodness. Renee says the D.C. judges are going hard against him. We need to impeach all those people. I think we need to put them on the airplane with them Venezuelan gang members and send them on down there to Ecuador. Let them spend a day or two in an Ecuadorian jail with those scumbag murdering, drug running scumbags. That's what I say ought to happen to them. Renee says 2020 was a disgrace. I agree, Renee, wholeheartedly, hon. Oh, I think I run a bunch of people off unless the chat froze. I may have to try to restart and see if it'll restart. Let me plug this tablet in. I'm down to 25%. Let me find the hole here. Here's the hole. Let me refresh the chat. No, I see it's just us in here. So yeah, people scrolling past probably like, oh man, this guy he's just lost his mind. He's going crazy. He's crazy. So anyway, let's get to the reason. How's my I don't see my poll on this chat. I was kind of trying to see my poll. I can't really see it. I don't want to fool with it. I always end up doing something silly to it. So anyway, we've got a couple people here. So I'm going to tell you what actually got me out here and got me worked up. Let me go completely back out of here and see if I can't refresh the tube and see if it'll bring my stuff back up. It doesn't look like the chat is really moving. No thanks. Okay. So, look who's here. It's Mrs. Mobo. Miss Mobo's in the house.
Yeah.
Need some help? So anyway, I woke up from my old people's nap after a really hard morning old people shopping, and it was time to do my treatment. Well, I looked up, and we've been watching this new news network called Salem News Channel, SNC. Got a lot of the good folks from Newsmax and Charlie Kirk. I just love Charlie Kirk. You know, I was telling Miss Mobo, I feel like Charlie, you know, he's like a disciple. He's out there spreading the word of our leader. So anyway, across the bottom of the ticker, there comes up, the French don't believe that the Americans deserve the Statue of Liberty. What? Really? Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you what. It was like it lit my fuse. I'm going to tell you what, them Frenchies, come get your damn statue. Come and get it. I'll come out there with my Sawzall and I'll help you cut it up into little pieces, and we'll throw it in a damn boat and we'll send it back to you in France. Take your damn statue. I don't think I want it in my country. I think we'll put up the Statue of America, and it will resemble Donald J. Trump. So you come get your damn statue. You clowns can't even put on a normal Olympics. What was that? What was all that drag stuff? What the heck? I don't get it. So come get your damn statue. Please get it out of my country. And as long as you're here, take a bunch of your scumbag countrymen that are hanging out here in the United States, probably illegally also. And all of you, get your ass out of here. Leave America. We don't want you. Take your damn statue with you. Get it the hell out of here. You know Sawzall? I'll bring mine out and I'll help you take it down. How about that? I'm mad about it too, boy. I'm telling you what. I've had it. You know, I was called every name in the book for 4 years. A deplorable, this, that. Had to listen to that cackling old horse every day. Had to look at that stupid press secretary, you know, both of them. You know, Jen Psaki, got to circle back. Jeez. And that Jean-Pierre, what was that? How refreshing to have an actual president and an administration. I say, come on, Pam Bondi. Come on, Cash. They're on the run. They're so quiet. It's all crickets. Where's Joe? Oh, where's Hunter? Oh, Hunter is vacationing in what is it? South Africa. He ain't vacationing. He's hiding out. Don't come back here, Hunter. We're going to throw your ass in jail too. That's right. You got away with it. Your daddy said he wouldn't do. He would abide by the court's decisions. Another lie. So, do you see my look on your phone?
I can't get any service. I've restarted it twice.
Because I can't see the poll. The chat seems to have locked up. Oh, here on the tablet.
Yeah, I can't get any service.
I don't want to fool with the phone. I'm gonna try to back out of this. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna close everything. I'm gonna back out, and I'm gonna restart this tablet. Did you turn off your Wi-Fi?
Everything's off.
But I tell you what, when I seen that stupidity on the ticker, it lit me up. I tell you, anyway, it really upset me. I don't normally do this. I know poor Terry, she's trying to rest, and I'm all hollering and carrying on. Bless her heart. But it's time, people. We're done with you bunch of freeloaders. It's time to go back to work. Be part of the solution, not the problem. It's a privilege to be an American. I'm all about immigration, legal immigration. You have no rights if you broke into my country through an open southern border and were issued fake paperwork by a fake regime. That was not an administration. The last 4 years have been nothing but fraud and deceit. That's what the last 4 years have been. And if y'all are out there whining and crying and burning Teslas and running around with your stupid little signs, which you should have took the buyout, President Trump gave you an opportunity. That shows how stupid you are. You were hired on a DEI program by some radical regime. I can't even say it was an administration, and I'll never call Joe Biden president, ever. So there's that. Wow, I need to take a drink.
I can't get any service.
Well, I'm going to assume the phone is still working. It shows 6 likes. The last chat I get on the phone is Renee talking about the Tesla fire bombings. So I don't know if the phone is working or not. I've gotten 9 votes on the poll. I hate to fool with it because I always jack it up every time I try to mess around with the phone while the stream is running. I figured that poll would show up in on this chat. We'll restart it and see what happens.
Mm.
You still don't got no bars?
Still don't got no bars.
So anyway, that just worked me up something terrible. I tell you, when I seen that, them Frenchies, who are they to say anything when they put on a disgraceful Olympics like they did? That was disgraceful. You know, how disgraceful was that? I really apologize for this stream. You know, we live out here in the country. I show 5G 1 bar. Let me get this cord out from underneath you. I don't want you dragging my tablet off of it. So let me start the... Quit picking. Quit.
Please shut up.
No. The kid... We got... Big sis likes to... She likes to bite a little bit. They say it's a cat's way of showing affection. Well, she's got Miss Mobo's wrist, tops of her arms just bald. She got scabs on, and she won't leave them alone. And then she picks it, and then she starts bleeding all over the place. Hey, you keep it up. I'm going to turn the phone on to you and let it look at you.
No. I'm about ready to get out of here. My phone won't work.
Oh well, honey, we just got to keep trying. Let me see if it'll. Let me see if it shows me even live. I don't know. We're popping up. I see Black Lions live. I knew there was going to be folks coming in here live. I see Bobby. Bobby's live. He's back out on the road from home time. We love Bobby. He's our trucker. I've waved flags for him, and I've got to hang out in his truck a little bit. He doesn't let just anybody up in his truck, but I've been up and I've sat in the seat of the ride along gang. That's a privilege right there. I tell you what. Let me go over here and see what happens. Well, there's Mobo live. Here I am, pecking on the tablet. Oh, here we go. It's starting to move. Oh, hey, there's Terry. Terry says you're still live. Oh, there's Sabine. Hi, Sabine. And there's Timo. Sabine says hello, Mobo. Optimob family says hello. Sabine says hello, everybody in chat. Oh, and there's Optimob family. That Timo, he's waving and sending hugs from Switzerland. And Sabine says, finally I catch you live again. Oh, Sabine, I'm honored that you and Timo are here. I'm ranting and raving about France saying that America doesn't deserve the Statue of Liberty. And you know what I say? Come and get it. Take it back. Get it out of here. I'll come out there with my sawzall and help you. We'll cut it up into little pieces and we'll throw it on a boat along with you and your scumbag French raiders of the United States, and we'll send you and your Statue of Liberty all back in a boat back to France. And we'll put up the Statue of America. And you know what it's going to look like? Donald J. Trump standing tall in the harbor in front of New York City, the original immigration capital of the world. And we're going to take back New York, and we're going to make it the immigration portal of the United States, not an open southern border. That's closed. Don't come. Go back home. You're not welcome. You come across a open southern border, you're an illegal alien. You were issued fake documents. They're worthless. They're meaningless. And we've got a cabinet and a Secretary of State that's going to revoke your green card, put you back on a plane or a bus, and send you packing back south from where you came. And if you're unlucky, you may end up in Guantanamo Bay, or maybe an Ecuadorian prison. Thank you, Ecuador. Finally, a country to step up. It's too bad that they've overrun you trying to come this direction in the first place. We have your back. Thank you, Ecuador. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Sabine says, right on. Timo says, hello, Mobo. Hey, Timo. Mobo's a little worked up today. I told Miss Mobo, I said, are you playing your game on the hotspot? I said, you need to wrap it up because I believe I've got something to say. I need to go out and hit that button because I'm done. I'm done being called names, and I'm done with these stupid government workers that have lost their jobs because they weren't doing it in the first place. They couldn't even sit and do a simple email of 5 things that they've done at work this week. 5 things in a week, not just a day, a week. And they like, oh, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. Well, you're fired. Get out. Go find a job. Go get a real job. The government it's bloated. We've got a president and a Department of Government Efficiency that's gonna trim that down. The states need to step up. Take care of your own people. The government is not the answer. Right now, the government is part of the problem. It's all these bloated agencies from 4 years of non-government. Well, the American people spoke. We have given our president a mandate. Clean it up. Expose the fraud. And I'll tell you what, he must be hitting it out of the park because, boy, they sure are worked up. Every day, my smile on my face gets bigger and bigger because I see a man, a real president, that's working hard for us every day. Now, them Democrats on their way out made it literally impossible for us to do anything for 2025. They bloated, they did everything they could to destroy the budget for 2025. But I'm going to tell you what, 2026 is coming. And he may have a little trouble with the budget. Well, you see what happened here the other day. We didn't just kick it down the can down the road. for a month or a week or whatever. We're good till September. They're gonna holler and how we're gonna shut the government down. Democrats, Demorats are the problem, people. They run our country into a ditch. Good Lord. Open your eyes. Wow. Sabine says, right on, speak up, Mobo. We can say the truth out loud. Yes, ma'am, Sabine, it's gone on way too long. You know, I said I got called every name. I worked hard. I paid my taxes. I made a mistake here along the road, and I always owned up to it, tried to learn from it. I never robbed. I never stole. I never broke in anywhere and took something that wasn't mine. I earned it. I earned my stuff. My stuff is my stuff. And you got these clowns running around acting like they're all privileged, like it's a right for them to not have to work, have all their money given to their groceries and pay their medical and give them money they're giving them money. These people are buying BMWs. And so I wish I had a BMW. Wish I could afforded a BMW. Me and Salted was talking about that Ram TRX truck. I want one of those 720 horsepower pickup trucks. $120,000. Well, goodness gracious, there's no way I could even touch a truck like that, but they sure are good looking. I've seen them sitting up at the dealership up in town, and they're nice. I'd like to have one. Maybe I get the gut. Maybe I'll run over and come back into the United States illegally, and they'll give me a $4,000 or $5,000 check a month. Maybe I can go out and buy me that Ram TRX, 720 horsepower. Heck yeah, I'm all into that. Oh, okay, back to the chat. I'm sorry. Sabine says, Mobo, it is the deep state who will get taken down, and President Trump will get it done. Well, I'm going to tell you a little story about that, Sabine. You know, back in 2022, we were doing a lot of freedom stuff. You know, there was the trucker convoy, the Canadian truckers were standing up to their closet commie Trudeau and doing the best they could for their country. You know, the truckers were getting abused. The freight rates were in the basement. They couldn't make any money. The fuel, it was just terrible. And I wish the American truckers would have started the original convoy, but it was the Canadian workers, the hard-working, true Canadian citizens, the ones that are like the hard-working Americans that love their country and, pay their taxes and work hard. And you look what their government done to them. So anyway, we were doing a lot of freedom stuff, and we have a good friend that was from out in Colorado, and we went out to the state capitol there in Denver. We went out to Denver for a freedom rally. Just a bunch of soccer moms and normal everyday people. And I was kind of, I wasn't at the rally. I was walking around, kind of keeping an eye on our vehicles. We had our flags flying. It was a beautiful sight. We had an old trucker. This guy, he's 80 years old. His truck was a Ford conventional. It had 5 million miles on it, and it's still running. and he is still driving. Now, I haven't heard from Butch or about Butch lately. I hope, sir, I hope he's doing well. If I doubt he's probably on this or anything, but I just want to mention him by name as a wonderful man, a great patriot. So I was walking around the Capitol. I picked up a 55-gallon trash bag of trash from around the Capitol building in Denver, Colorado. And I'm from Missouri. So I was, kind of hanging out there, just kind of, keeping an eye on the vehicles, making sure there wasn't anybody, because Colorado's full of them goofballs out there. They've ruined Colorado. They've run the real estate. You can't even afford to buy it because them dang liberal leftists have invaded it and just made it impossible for the normal citizen to be able to afford property in Colorado. So I was walking around. I was picking up trash, kind of watching everything. And this young man walked up to me. He says, "Hello, mate. What's going on?" And I said, we're having a little freedom rally out front. "Oh, is that right?" he says. Well, his name was David, and he was from Australia. And he was here in the United States at a cancer clinic for his wife. She was getting treatments for cancer. And so he was out, kind of walking around there. The hospital was, I guess, over there pretty close to where we was at. And so we got to talking politics. I said, "Well, why don't you come on out front here, and hang out with us for a bit, or at least check it out and say hey to everybody, introduce yourself." And he says, "No," he says, my wife, her treatment will be done in a little bit, and I'm kind of working my way back over to the hospital." He said, "But Mobo, as the world goes, as the United States goes." Now that's always stuck with me. This is a young man from Australia talking to an old fat hillbilly with a bag of trash in his hand, and we're talking about freedom and politics, and he says, "Mobo, the world goes as the United States goes." We're watching. The world is watching America. Do your best, because the world is dependent on you. Now I'm going to tell you what. You want to talk about making an impression, to have some guy from Australia, perfect stranger, I felt best friends. Our values were the same. Our concerns were the same. We both love our worlds. You look what's going on in Australia. They're oppressed down there too. Same thing going on down there in Australia. This isn't just an American thing, a United States thing. This is happening worldwide. This is everywhere. This load of fraud and it's just everywhere. It's rampant across the world, and Donald Trump is going to save us. He certainly is. We're just getting started. Y'all better get on the Trump train, because it's coming. The freeloader train is off the tracks. Get a job. Stop your whining. Put your dang signs down and go out and be part of the solution, not the problem. For crying out loud. Jiminy Christmas. Wow. Okay, back to the chat. Timo says the same in Germany. Yeah, Timo, it's just everywhere, brother. You got these kooks running around thinking that it's some kind of right for them to be wherever they're at. No, your right is in your nation of origin. That's where your rights are at. You're in somebody else's country, and you need to act accordingly. That's my poll. That's why I put that poll up. I hope you all can see it. Is being an American a right or a privilege? I'll tell you that Frenchy Statue of Liberty comment. I'll tell you what, it upset me a little bit, and I need to come out here and get it off my chest, because I say, Marcon, come get your damn statue. Get it out of here. And make room for a real statue of freedom. The statue of America. Donald J. Trump. The best president that this country and world has ever seen. Oh my goodness. Oh, I better get another drink here. Gosh darn it. So Sabine says, I know, Mobo, we watched everything. Sabine says, we are on Telegram and the whole truth is exposed over there. Yeah, Sabine, Renee is on X. And X is the same way. Their pants are on the ground. They ain't hiding anymore. We got their deal. We know what's going on, and it more and more every day. And they're just, it's crickets. It's crickets over there, because they know we're not playing. The American people have spoke. We're done with the dumb shit. Y'all listening? Y'all demo rats, are you listening? You stupid liberal leftists? Get over yourselves. You are the problem. Goodness gracious. Timo says, many people working for the governments are working like normal people are doing holidays. They are so lazy and overpaid. Terry says Denver is dirty, so many homeless. Well, yeah, Terry, it's a sanctuary city. Now here's another thing going on. We've got this measles outbreak. But they aren't saying who's getting the measles. Who's bringing them measles here? We had that pretty much took care of here in America. What's happened here recently that measles could make a comeback in the United States? Nobody wants to say that, but we know where it's coming from. It came across our southern border from these third world countries. That's where it came from. It didn't just pop up. It's not Robert Kennedy Jr.'s fault. It's Joe Biden's fault. It's Anthony Fauci's fault. It's these scumbag liberal Democrats' fault. Say it. I'll say it. I'm done. I'm done being quiet. Them people called me every name in the book for 4 years, and I put up with it. Well, I ain't doing it anymore. You all are the deplorables. Look what you've done to our country. Yeah, that's something that your mama would be proud about, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, man. I'm glad I don't have high blood pressure. We might have to keep a defibrillator around here.
Damn. Get it out of your system.
Marcon, come get your damn statue. Get it out of here. I'll come help. I'll bring my sawzall.
Yeah.
We'll cut her up in little pieces.
You saws I wouldn't even touch it.
Oh my goodness gracious. Terry says, Cali Rado. Timo's giving you a thumbs up on that one, Terry. That's a good one. Cali Rado. Oh my goodness. I like that one, Terry. That was a zit in there, girl. Sabine says, we the people have to help each other and have to help together and help President Trump. Only with our help, he can get his job done. You know what I mean? Yes, Sabine. It's got to become, it's a group. It ain't just a single nation. This is, the people got to stand up. You know, you got all these clowns that broke into our country, and now they're all hiding out in the basement somewhere, and ain't none of them paying any taxes. They were getting all these benefits, all these giveaways from a stupid regime that thought they were going to use them to steal another election. Didn't work. They're all in the basement just like Joe. God. Oh my goodness. Timo says Marcon is a deep state puppet like all the other ones. Yep, Timo. You know, and look what Canada just done. You know, Trudeau supposedly is out, and then they put another clown in there that's just as bad as he is. And they're saying, oh, well, the Canadians they've canceled all their vacations to the United States. You know, Dollywood they've had 30% cancellations of their reservations. Who cares? They can stay home. We don't want you here. You scumbags. Stay out of our country. Let us get it fixed. Then you can come back. If you'll behave. But if you're going to come over here and you're going to try to take over Trump Towers, or you're going to stand on a bridge waving a Mexican or a Ukrainian or a pride flag, we don't want you. You're the problem. Don't you get it? You have no rights here. You are a guest. You're not a citizen. You were issued fraudulent documents. Those documents mean nothing. They can be revoked. If you want to be an American, come through the front door. We love immigrants here. We love the people of the world. We want them here. But this illegal alien stuff spits in the face of every legal immigrant that has entered the United States legally and gone through the process to become an American. Let's do that. Come on in the right way. We'll welcome you with open arms. I'm no bigot. But I believe in the truth. And the truth is, you don't have a right to be in the United States if you came in here illegally. If you broke in through an open border, whether it's the northern border or the southern border, then you're the problem. Sabine says, yep, X is the same, but on Telegram are more channels of truth, and over there, They give more out than on X. Oh, there's traveling paparazzi. Hey, Lance, what's up, brother? I am lit up, man. You know, I told you I need to take that nap. Well, then I woke up, and what do I see running across? We've been watching this new news network that we can get on our TV. We don't have none of this streaming stuff, or we're not hooked up on the internet or any of that stuff. And it's called Salem News Channel. And across the bottom of the dang ticker, when I woke up from my old people's nap after a full day of old people shopping, I see France doesn't think that the United States deserves to have the Statue of Liberty. Oh, there's Amy. Hi, Amy. How you doing, darling? I am a little worked up.
Run.
So
Run.
Miss Mobo says, run. So anyway, I wake up and I see this. France doesn't think that America deserves the Statue of Liberty. Well, you know what I say? Marcon, come and get your statue. Get it out of our country so we can make room for the Statue of America. That's right. You know whose statue of that is, right? I don't have to even say it. That's right. And I'll bring my Sawzall, Marcon, and I'll help you cut the sucker up in a million little pieces, and we'll throw all that stuff on a boat along with you and your scumbag Frenchy infiltrators, and we'll send you all packing back to France. You can go back and have some more of them Olympics. What was that all about? Seriously? Men beating women up in the wrestling ring, in the boxing ring, you know? Is that how you run an Olympics? Really? Maybe you can have a transgender Olympic. Come on, people. How sick are you, man? What is wrong with you people over there? In that opening ceremony, what was that? What was that all about? I never watched a bit of it. When I seen that, that was it for me, Marcon. I hope you enjoyed it, because it made me sick to my stomach. Wow. I need to take another drink, folks. Traveling Paparazzi says, Amy and I agree with you 100%. We don't mind immigrants being here. Just do it legally. I know, man. I don't get it. And these illegals are running around like they just have some kind of right to be here. They broke in. They're criminals. Now, I understand a lot of them probably fleeing oppression. There's a lot of nasty countries in this world. But the way to do it is to go to the U.S. Embassy of their country of origin and start the paperwork to leave and to come to the United States, to assimilate, to become an American. Amy says, LOL. Yeah, I'm sorry, Amy. I apologize. I really do. You know, this is normally not, this is not normally what I do, but man, when I seen that across the ticker about the Statue of Liberty, I'm like, I can't take it anymore. I've been called names. Now these Frenchies are going to go running their mouths about this crap, and I'm listening to, oh, they're canceling their vacations to the United States, and oh, blah, 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 you know. Just, my cup runneth over. It certainly did. I'll tell you what. Amy says, hello, Sabine. Sabine says, hello, Lance and Amy. Sabine says, we are saying the same thing. As long as they immigrate legally and go to work and pay taxes like everyone else does, and if they behave. That's right. It's all, be part of the solution. Don't be the problem. God, it seems such a simple concept to me. I don't get it. Amy says they are criminals. Yes, they are, Amy. They might be good people, and they're fleeing some nasty situations in their scumbag third world countries. They're corrupt countries. Heck, an American can't even go to Mexico and not worry about getting killed or kidnapped by some cartel that's shipping deadly fentanyl into our country and killing our citizens. And the Democrats are just acting like that's just normal everyday stuff. Seriously? I'm telling you, I am finished. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. I'm done being quiet. This is. I hope I don't get took down over this. I am not anti anything. I'm a hardworking, tax-paying American, and now I'm retired, and got a little spot here that we worked really hard to make our own. And I challenge anybody, the challenge is on, to come and try and take it from me. You're going to find out what a true American really is. They will protect their stuff with whatever is needed. So don't come here and think that my stuff is your stuff, because it's not. And I will be the first in line to prove that to you. My stuff is my stuff. I worked hard for my stuff. And just because I got a little more stuff than somebody else, don't mean that I need to give it up in the name of equity. You earn your own stuff. Get your own stuff. I'm not going to come and try and take your stuff. I don't want your stuff. I got my stuff. Dang it. Get a job. Pay your taxes. Be an American. It's a privilege. Read the poll. Is being an American a right or a privilege? I'm from Missouri. Show me. What side of the fence are you on? Common sense or nonsense? Show me. Traveling Paparazzi says, we're not Republicans or Trump supporters. We just have common sense. LOL. There you go. There you go, Lance. That's it in a nutshell, brother. I said it. I've said it before, and I said it the first of the stream. I never voted. I think the government is corrupt. I always thought the government was corrupt. It didn't matter how you voted. They were going to do what they were going to do. But I worked hard. I paid my taxes. And I enjoyed the benefits of being an American. I traveled, me and Miss Mobo, we traveled everywhere. We rafted, we fished, we camped. We loved Colorado. Brother, we spent lots of time in Colorado. Our first anniversary, we came to Colorado. And we came to Colorado almost every anniversary. We love, my dad was a mule deer hunter. He hunted mule deer over in Rifle, Colorado every year. When I was a little kid, he'd come home in that little Falcon station wagon with that big old mule deer in the back, and I'd climb up in the back after I helped him unload his gear, his rifles and his suitcase, all his hunting clothes, and I'd crawl in that back of that little station wagon, and I'd poke the deer in the eye. I was just a little child, little kid, and that's the same car that he got killed in the accident in when I was 11 years old. And it was always my longing to go to Colorado to mule deer hunt. I've got some big old racks off some big old mule deer still. I did get a mule deer eventually. It wasn't near what my dad's was, but it was a mule deer, and it filled a hole in my heart when I harvested my mule deer. It's the only one I've ever had an opportunity to harvest. It's quite a process when I started mule deer hunting. You know, back in Daddy's day, you could just go out and get a hunting license and everything. When I started, you had to buy the tag and then get in a drawing, in a raffle, and then they drew to see if you got a tag or you didn't get a tag. It took 3 years of that to get a tag. I went through the whole process 3 years in a row before I finally got a mule deer tag. And then after that, it seemed like we got one every year. We did 3 hunting trips, and it was on the third trip, the third year, that I got a mule deer. And I'll tell you what, it fulfilled a lifelong dream for me to, it's like my dad was right there with me when I got my mule deer. It still gives me chills today thinking about it, what it was like. So anyway, Amy says they came in droves and trashed our neighborhoods. Traveling Paparazzi says we're independents. Yeah, Traveling, I understand. I get it. I don't think that you should be confined to a political party. That you should be able to vote for your candidate, whoever you think is the best.
Oops.
So,
Dinner time.
So, oh, well, here we go. It's 5 o'clock, y'all. It's time to feed the kitties. I just it just enraged me so much that the French would have the audacity to say that. And I just couldn't stand it anymore. I told Ms. Mobo, if you're on your game and you need the hot spot, you need to wrap it up, because I do believe I got to go out and push the button. And so I want to thank y'all for obliging me and letting me, get this off my chest. It's so important. I'm tired of these instigators and agitators. President Trump gave you opportunity for a nice buyout. I wished I would have been able to take a buyout like that and move on. But y'all need to get over yourselves. Put down your signs. Get over yourselves. Stop burning Teslas. It's not Elon's fault. Give President Trump a little while. Our country is buried axle deep in the mud in a ditch, and he's got the cable hooked up to it, and he's tugging her back on the road. So let's get behind the car, the country, and push the country. Help President Trump pull it up out of the ditch. Show these Democrats how Americans are really supposed to act. Liberals, leftist liberals, get over yourselves. Now they're gonna call into primary Chuck Schumer because he voted for the budget to keep he did it for his own, benefit, because he doesn't want to be that one, and now they want to primary him in 26. And I'm going to leave it with this, back in 2017, when President Trump took the oath of office, Chuck Schumer came on this, and he was on the steps, I guess, of the Capitol, and he looked into the camera and he told Donald Trump, if you go against the establishment, you will pay. Well, shoes on the other foot now, Schumer, you turd burglar. And you leftist liberal Democrats, get out of the way. Because we're done fooling around. And y'all need to go get a job. If you're here in our country illegally, you need to head back to the house. And you need to come at this a different direction. Because breaking in through the back door is not the way. And we're not putting up with it anymore. Marco Rubio said it. That green card is no guarantee. It can be revoked at any time. Don't make immigration control enforcement come and find you. Leave on your own account. And then come back in the right way. Come through the front door. Go to the embassy of your country of origin. Fill out the paperwork. We will welcome you with open arms. We love immigrants. We want you to become an American. That's what everybody strives for, to become an American. And you know why? Because it's the best nation on the face of the planet. That's why. And I'm proud to be an American. So, I think I've about got it took care of today. I feel a lot better. I want to thank y'all. You don't know, to see such wonderful people in here, and to listen to the old fat hillbilly. Say bye, Miss Mobo.
See you later, everybody.
She's heading in to feed our little kitties and
get our dinner going.
And get our dinner started. And I'm going to wrap this up. Let me read this last little bit of the chat, because y'all are so important to be here and hang out with me. I'm honored. I'm truly honored. Traveling Paparazzi says, exactly, Mobo. Amy says, I agree and disagree with both parties. They both do stupid stuff. Amy says, vent it out. Thanks, Amy, darling. You riding along with us the other night, in the snow, and coming home from our trip to Southern Missouri. In our chat was awesome, girl. I tell you, you're as sweet as they come. I am so fortunate. Traveling Paparazzi says, bro, you said some real stuff. You told nothing but facts and truth. Traveling Paparazzi says, I enjoyed the rant. And look at those American flags. Lance is flying them loud and proud, brother. Amy says, great rant. Traveling paparazzi says, bye, Mrs. Mobo. Amy says, bye, Mrs. Mobo. Oh, and Terry. Now, see, I'm gonna get all overwhelmed. Um, your all's kind words is, I like to say, I'm not usually at a loss for words, but I'm at a loss for words for your kindness and Terry says 10-4. Oh, so I don't know what the final poll was. Let me pull the phone off of the holder here, and so I can hit the X here, and we'll end this for now. Y'all have been good kind to me. Let's see what the poll says. If I can get it to come up. No, I don't want to end the poll. I want to see the results. Let's see if I can get it to come up. Well, there was 9 votes. It showed 9 votes in the poll, and I can't really see the dang. No, I don't want to end. Do I end the poll to see my results or what? I don't know. Anyway, I can't get it to, because the chat on the phone is locked up. I had to restart the tablet to get the to get the chat to come up. Amy says, bye, Mobo. Have a great evening. Yeah, Amy, right back at you. I say, I wish I could see the results of the poll. Maybe if I end the poll, it'll show me the results. No, it blinked it out. I don't know. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Here it comes up. Is being an American a right or a privilege? A privilege says 73%. A right said 26%. The poll is complete. 19 votes. And I agree with the poll. Being American is a privilege. And I truly feel privileged to be an American. Yeah, I love y'all. And we'll see you downstream. 10-4.